5,000 here this afternoon, watching the first international of the 1965 series. Oxley, playing his 18th test match, drops out from the 25, and the ball crosses the line, and then the wind blows it back, and the New Zealand forwards driving through, and that's Tremaine feeding it back, but Stan meets the snowy-headed lock forward in jersey number 5, can't get to it, and the ball going out into touch once more. Birtwistle having a busy afternoon in his first international. Throwing in towards the back of the line out, Conway, who came into the team at the last minute, getting through and bustling the South Africans, and New Zealand pushing the South Africans back now. The referee blowing the whistle when he sees that there's no chance of the ball coming out. And there you see how close the scrum is to the South African goal line. And an opportunity for a pushover try by New Zealand comes to Laidlaw. It's a quick rake back. He spins it out, and here's a kick across. But the ball goes astray, and the New Zealand forwards packing into the ruck, and the South Africans defending desperately right by their goal line on the left of the picture. And a set scrum again to go down. No score in the test match. We've had 5 minutes play. The posts, South African goal posts. Laidlaw, the New Zealand halfback and vice-captain, the baby of the team, putting the ball in, and New Zealand pushing. And South Africa holding them. You see the front rows buckling. Goes out on the short side, out to Willamette, to Birtwistle, and Birtwistle going for the corner. It's a beautiful try. It's a beautiful try to Birtwistle. And so New Zealand open the scoring after 5 minutes of play. Sort of a push throw by Engelbrecht that time, wasn't it? By Brainard, I'm sorry. Smith coming over from the left wing, covering and clearing for New Zealand. Three minutes to half-time. New Zealand, 3. The try scored by Birtwistle after 5 minutes of play. Willamette, having missed 2 attempts at goals from penalties. Murdoch. Collins on halfway. Rungy over the 10-yard mark. There's the 25-yard line coming into view. And Engelbrecht kicking the ball away into touch. Desperately defending. Nearly collecting the motion picture cameraman in the move. Now New Zealand inside the South African 25. Lahore, beautiful jumping, but not getting the ball cleanly. And New Zealand nevertheless winning. Collins trying to go inside. There's the 25-yard line, and the kick again. The New Zealand forwards arriving for the line-out. Stan Meads, number 5, Lahore, number 8, Tremaine, number 7, Conway, number 4. This is right on the goal line. They're over the goal. They're in the in-goal area. De Villiers kicking. Willamette taking it. An attempted drop goal. No, it's outside. Oxley. Murdoch. Collins. Willamette the extra man. It's Conway out there. So Rangi picking the ball up. This is just outside the South African 25. Laidlaw. Collins kicking. It's out. It's out. About a minute to half-time. 1 minute to half-time. The sun starting to shine for the first time in the test match. Lahore driving through. There's the goal line now, just coming into view. The New Zealand backs. Murdoch trying to go through on the inside, but well bundled to the ground by Nell. There's the ball being squeezed out. Willamette trying to crash through just short of the line. There's a dive. Wait, it's a try. It's a try to New Zealand. It's Tremaine. Tremaine the scorer. There he goes back with the ball is in his hand, and that's reminiscent of the try he scored here in the test match against France. Engelbrecht playing his 19th test match. Throwing in, Dupuy getting high. Not getting it cleanly, but the ball nevertheless coming back to De Villiers as McLeod bustles him out into touch. Notice the rugs around the spectators on the far side. De Villiers again thinking that discretion is the better part of valour and stepping out into touch. Now the backs of the line out forwards. Nordia number 4 with the headgear crushing through there is Van Sale. Nell, Lofty Nell, number 8 at the back of the line-up for South Africa. Conway, number 4 for New Zealand. And New Zealand penalised. There's the up and under. Willamant. It was Engelbrecht who got up and very quickly. South Africa again, another up and under. Birtwistle knocking the ball on in touch, and you'll see the referee now pacing out the 5 yards for the set scrum. It was Birtwistle, I'm sorry. Looking down on the scrum, the South Africans on attack right by the New Zealand goal line. Nell has gone off the back of the scrum. De Villiers feeding it back. There's the drop goal by Oxley. It's over. It's over. New Zealand 6, South Africa 3. The referee's arm in the air. 7.5 minutes of play gone in the second spell. 6-3 and 10 minutes gone in the second spell. 30 minutes to play in the game. As we look over the heads of the line out forwards. Tapping to De Villiers. Oxley out to Gainsford. Roux. Further out to Brainerd. Back out to Roux again. Kicking ahead the New Zealand 25-yard line now. But the referee has penalised the South Africans. And there's De Villiers asking the reason for the penalty and accepting it. Willamant with the left boot. 6-3 New Zealand lead.
Willamant to kick off for New Zealand and set the second test match, 1965 series in motion. Everybody ready. Tremendous kick right over the goal line. Wilson, the South African fullback, touches down, and the first drop out of the match. Down on the mark, New Zealand hooker, and Oxley to drop out. Kick into the southern touch. Laidlaw. Little touch, South Africa in touch. About 9 yards inside South Africa's half and the southern touch. The breeze blowing from the south across to the north, straight across, it won't favour either side. Taken by Hewson, Smith. Touch, midway between 25 and halfway. New Zealand territory, southern touch. Birtwistle, the thrower. Birtwistle marking Brainerd. Out in the same position. Touch judge on the southern side, Mr. D. McMillan of the Otago Referees Association. Brainerd, left wing three-quarter. Smith kicked away. Laidlaw on the blind side, taken by Wilson, just outside his 25. Wilson finds touch, 10 yards outside his 25. New Zealand on attack, still raining steadily. Pools of water on the ground. Untidy line-out play so far. The only clean take being by Hewson, South African, playing his first game for South Africa in a test match this afternoon. Brainerd again. Hewson. McLeod. Right up to the goal line. Wilson walks it into touch. McLeod again. New Zealand hooker from the front of that line out. And Wilson in touch. 1 yard short of South Africa's goal line. Birtwistle the thrower. Dropped by Oxley. Over the goal line. 5-yard scrum. Mr. Murphy orders a 5-yard scrummage. New Zealand pressing. 4 minutes and no score. Laidlaw putting the ball in. Not hook. Tense moment. 5 yards from the South Africa's line. Laidlaw. Burdick. Cross kick. Wilson behind his goal line. In touch, 5 yards from South Africa's line. North touch. Touch judge for South Africa. T.P. Bedford. Smith the thrower. Conway, taken to the ground. Morton. Wilson, in the nick of time. 3 yards from South Africa's corner flag. 5 minutes, no score. Smith. Conway. New Zealand working Conway at the end of the line out, close to the South African line, but not straight. Healy Smith, the South African captain. Not hooked again. Smith. Tackled by Laidlaw. Try, New Zealand. Laidlaw tackling Healy Smith and Tremaine scoring for New Zealand. A repetition of the first test match. South Africa winning the loose head by the goal line. Hooked back. Healy Smith tackled by Laidlaw. And ball loose for Tremaine to score. 5 minutes gone. New Zealand 3, South Africa 0, and Willemant taking the conversion. It's there. Tremaine a try. Willemant a goal. New Zealand 5, South Africa 0, and Ray Bell is with us this afternoon. The former Otago, South Island and All Black wing three-quarter of 1951-52, and Ray Bell, New Zealand away to a good start.
Yes, away to an excellent start. That was a good, fine piece of anticipation then by Laidlaw.
Oxley kicks up. Colin Meads a fair catch. Hewson on the mark, wearing number 5. There's Colin Meads, number 6, kicks from his 25. Drops it. 5 yards from his line. Reinhardt following through quickly. In touch on South Africa on attack. 5 yards inside New Zealand 25. Reinhardt, the thrower. On the southern touch, marking Birtwistle. Freer knocks it back. Kicked ahead by Gray. Gray in the cloud again. Ray Bell, McLeod doing good work in the front of that line.
Yes, they're doing very well there. The forwards are coming through nicely.
Whistle again. Conway. Colin Meads. Ellis kicking deep. Willemant. Caught by Gainsford. No man standing. Clever tactical kicking. And Willemant just getting there. Engelbrecht throws in. Healy Smith, Oxley, Gainsford. Kicking for Reinhardt. Rue losing the ball at halfway. Rungy with him. Rue again. 2 centre three-quarters, Rue and Rangy. And it's a penalty to New Zealand. 2 yards inside South Africa's half. Laidlaw tap kick. 10-yard mark. Ellis. Ian Smith. Morton. And Morton just misses the corner flag. Into touch and go. South Africa to drop out again. New Zealand having a little bit of bad luck with some of those kicks for the corner, Ray Bell.
Yes, they're going very close, but they're just going into the dead ball.
Oxley then to drop out. Colin Meads. Nell, caught by Gray. 3 yards outside South Africa's 25. midway between the post and the southern touchline. Laidlaw. Blindside to Morton. Over to Murdoch, I should say. And a good kick by Murdoch. Neat little kick. 6 yards from South Africa's goal line, southern touch. 11 minutes till half-time. 5 to New Zealand. 5-point lead. Hewson takes that one close. Back to Smith. Long one to Oxford. Few valuable yards for South Africa. 11 or 12 yards from the goal line. Third whistle again. Needs. Away. Schumann. Third whistle. Great break by Tremaine there for New Zealand. Bursting through, but the ball very, very difficult to hold. New Zealand a slight break on the blind side, but little ground gain. 1 yard outside South Africa's 25. Southern touch, third whistle again. 3/4. Just chasing the ball and throwing in today. Stan Meads, Laidlaw. Into the corner. Wilson again. 8 yards from South Africa's goal line. Southern touch. 9 minutes till half-time. And New Zealand still leading South Africa 5-0. Third whistle. Nearly Smith alive. 5-yard scrum. Scrum is 5 yards from the goal line. Across the ball back that. Smith. Tight head to New Zealand. Laidlaw. Murdoch. The Korea takes him. 10 yards from South Africa's line. McLeod. Right to New Zealand. McLeod the try. New Zealand 8. South Africa 0. Korea, Smith, Oxley. Khan. Advantage through. The scrum's going down a bit too quickly. Law. Morton on the left. Still going, a little kick over the goal line. Smith and Engelbert. Drop out. Several thrills with chasing the ball, the loose ball over the goal line today, and it was Smith and Engelbert there, and diving simultaneously. And the referee has suffered an injury. Mr. Murphy, following through there, looks as though he might have pulled a muscle. And this will be a sensation if, in a test match, a referee had to leave the field, Ray Bell.
Yes, well, I've never heard of it myself, but I did watch him then chase the play, and then when he decided it was forced down, drop out 25, he stopped rather quickly, and I think that's when he's done the damage.
Cold, wet conditions, and so that's when these strains are likely to occur, and Mr. Murphy racing through there. Very warm applause for him. Always laugh when the referee or the touch judge gets hurt or knocked over, but they're pleased to see him already again, and there's Rue dropping out. Morton speculates. 3 yards inside, South Africa's 25, South touch. Ian Smith. nearly Smith. Oxley, Gainsford, Brew. Reggie takes him. Morton. Wilson, taken 5 yards from his line. Murdoch. 5 yards from South Africa's line. Laidlaw. Ian Smith. Ian Smith finding touch. 5 yards from South Africa's goal line. On the northern touch this time. Reinhardt throwing. Hewson, McLeod dives from Nearly Smith. 1 yard from South Africa's line. Laidlaw. New Zealand might try a push over here. 1 yard from South Africa's line. Laidlaw puts it in. New Zealand have won it. To Laidlaw, Murdoch, Bert Whistle, taken by Oxley, in front of South Africa's posts. Anything can happen. Hewson has the ball, 10 yards from the posts. No man standing. Laidlaw, Murdoch, Rangy, and he's over!
Good. The forward started the good work with a very good ruck under the goal post, won the ball out to Laidlaw, and the backs appeared to have an overlap, but Rangy elected to take a gap and ran very strongly to go over it near the corner.
And here we have Williman taking a shot at goal, and something which may be unique in the annals of Test rugby, a replacement referee. Just waiting to go on. Williman from the 25-yard mark, 5 yards from the northern touch. Beautiful kick, it's there!
Williman. An unusual happening in any match. New Zealand's left wing three-quarter, Dick. He'll throw into the first line out of the match. Marking him is Engelbrecht, the South African three-quarter. Dick wearing the 13 jersey. Tremaine, number 7. Dennis Young.
Well, there it is again. New Zealand start this match the way that South Africa should have started it. Everything in, on attack in the first few moments, and Tremaine around the back of that line out for the play that developed across with hardly a hand laid on him.
Kick flagged away. New Zealand 3, South Africa 0. With the ball hitting the upright and then a try coming so quickly, the Test off to a sensational start. Touch judge, Mr. A.R. Taylor, one of the Canterbury representative referees. Barnard, Rue, Gainsford, Engelbrecht, Barnard, South African touch judge, T.P. Bedford. Dick. Number 5, New Zealand, Stan Meads. Number 6, Colin Meads. De Villiers. 2 number 9s, both halfbacks, Laidlaw, De Villiers. Hopwood, number 8, breaking. Lahore, 8. Dick, 13.
Redeem themselves after Dunedin Test.
Play on the New Zealand 25. New Zealand number 3, Winneray. Number 6, South Africa, Ellis. De Villiers. Hopwood, De Villiers. Dick. South Africa, number 1, on sale. On the New Zealand line, De Villiers. Barnard. James.
Well, what a brilliant try. Gainsford taking the ball, starting from a standing still, cut past at least 5 men to dive over the line to score a brilliant try for South Africa.
It's a goal, and South Africa hit the front, 5-3. Mordier claims the fair catch. On the mark, McLeod. Stan Meads with the fair hair, sleeves rolled up. So is Conway, so is McLeod. So 3 fair hairs there, all with sleeves up. Remains on this flank for New Zealand, nearest to the cameras. Laidlaw picked up by Dick from the blind side wing. Ellis first there for South Africa. Oh, very close. We'll have to wait for the referee for that one.
Well, Wilson waited for the bounce there, and it didn't bounce the way he expected at all on this very wet ground, the wet in-goal area. It almost stopped dead, and New Zealand following up very fast got their hands to it first, much to the disappointment of Wilson.
Now that was New Zealand in front 6-5. From our distance, it was just impossible. We just had to wait for the referee. There were players there on the ground, as you could see, reaching out for that ball. It was quite elusive, but it was a matter of the man on the spot making the decision. Now Williman to kick. And it's a goal. New Zealand take the lead again at 8-5. Back to the halfway mark, and I think play's going to be held up for a moment or two. At the moment, there's all sorts of speculation going on around the ground as to who actually scored the try. There were several people who had a go at the ball. The referee's calling it, the referee's retiring, and this would be unprecedented. Mr. A.R. Taylor of Christchurch is taking over. We saw Mr. Murphy call the two captains together and felt, well, something was going on, and obviously he couldn't continue, and Mr. A.R. Taylor has taken, and Mr. Merv Barnett has taken the touch judge's flag. Another representative referee on the line, so they still have a spare referee on the sideline, another of Canterbury's representative panel. Winneray has claimed the fair catch. 22 minutes gone and New Zealand up by 8 points to 5. Nell caught in possession on his own 25. Mr. Taylor must be feeling a little bit strange to be pitched forward into a game in this fashion, taken over control at the scrum, and the South African 25. Conway number 4, he's been stopped in there by Walton. Right down to the South African line. Back we come. About 10 yards short of the line on the western side of the field. Still a lot of speculation regarding that last New Zealand try. Quite a few think it's Rangi who scored it, but we've written down Rangi. South Africa on their own line. Barnard, the clearing kick. Bird whistle with it come. That's very bunched. New Zealand 8, South Africa 5. McLeod breaking very quickly from the front of that line out. A penalty against South Africa from that line out. While it's a long one, it's very much in Williman's range.
One of the South African loose forwards that's impressed again today is Ellis. Ellis comes from Windhoek, which is way up in southwest Africa. Hundreds of miles from anywhere it seems, and for him to be able to reach this standard is remarkable. For the gives great credit to him. Now that was a remarkable kick because the ball is getting heavy. It was across the wind, but it sneaked over the bar to give New Zealand another 3 points.
New Zealand 11, South Africa 5. Barnard, the kicker. De Villiers, caught on the halfway mark. Third off the bird whistle. 15 yards from the corner flag it would be now. De Villiers. Murdoch. Morton going for the corner. Now Willimant is kicking from the 25-yard mark. He's well over on the far side of the field, about 5 yards in from the touch. That's the eastern touch, and the ball will go towards the post with the wind assisting across the flight. A grand conversion by Williman. 2 very good goals. He's kicked that penalty a few minutes ago, 55 yards, and now about a 40-yard conversion. New Zealand 16, South Africa 5.
Well, that was a copybook try. The ruck developed, the ball came back beautifully, a very hard ruck. The ball was swung out onto the blind side. Morton took the gap beautifully and dived over in the mud to score another try for New Zealand.
The early stages of the game, when they had that lead at 5-3, they were very much in the picture, but gradually New Zealand went on top over the second part of the first half. Williman dropping out at the 25. Hopwood on the mark with Walton. Prayer in support with Nordia. Bedford with the flag up. Bedford is the injured member of the party who won't play again. He's touch judge for the remainder of the tour. Dupree. Play now, 10 yards inside New Zealand's 25, giving South Africa a good attacking position here. Engelbrecht, right winger. Hoppard was number 8 there, but South Africa lose and Morton speculates. There's been a knock-on. Play still in New Zealand 25. About 15 yards out from their line. De Villiers. A little bit slippery. Rue. And out wing. And Brainard touches down. Barnard. This could be awkward. Picked up by Rue, beautifully, to the 25. The Engelbrecht will make a bid. My word, that was close. Over that corner flag, my word. After a brilliant pick-up by Rue, that certainly deserved a try. Right down on the New Zealand line. Everybody's hands up except the referees. Here's the one that counts. 5-yard scrum. South Africa playing like men possessed here. This is giving them a new lease of life. Down 16-8. Laidlaw clearing for New Zealand. But there's been a knock-on. Play still only a few yards from the New Zealand line. South Africa with the advantage, putting the ball in. De Villiers is working Gainsford. Ellison support, but the movement's breaking down. De Villiers restarting play. Barnard running strongly. Oh, gracious me, just a moment. Nell from an easy, Nordia from an easy position. He's kicked it. Nordia has kicked the goal. Takes South Africa to 16-13, and that's not a very big gap.
Brainard finished that try off it with a magnificent dive that would have done credit to an Olympic diving champion. He propped for this, stepped inside, and then over the top to score for South Africa.
Williment kicking. And for the first time in the match, we've seen a kick go out on the full and come back for the scrum. Two hookers ready, McLeod and Walton. Hopwood still standing at the back of the South Africa scrum, and he goes. De Villiers. Good heel by Walton. Rue, Gainsford, number 11. Oh, he's a strong runner, this man. That's a good try. Gainsford, number 11, scored the try after a very good run to even the score at 16 all.
The best centre in the world, and we saw a glimpse then of why he got this reputation. When he had the ball in hand, he just steamed through, fought his way through to dive over in the corner.
Now this is a long kick, but Nordia appears to be kicking well as he's done on tour. Ball with quite a lot of mud on it, will be heavy. 16 all it is. New Zealand 25-yard mark. South Africa have it. Here's Barnard. South Africa right down towards New Zealand line, and Laidlaw, who comes across, gets the ball to touch in the nick of time. 5 yards from his own corner flag. 16 all. Brainard to throw. Ellis coming through very quickly. Puzzles Laidlaw. Wilson has the ball. Offside. Penalty kick or scrum back. And South Africa have elected to take the penalty kick.
I feel it's unfair to ask a forward to do the kicking. Wilson, the fullback, doesn't do any kicking at all. Nordia, big lock forward, tied up in the scrums, doing a lot of work in the lineouts and running around the field, must be feeling very tired at this moment. And here he is faced with trying to kick these 3 points, and this could be the last opportunity that South Africa have to win this game. There's a lot resting on his shoulders as he faces this ball.
Now he has a direct back wind. He's on the 25-yard mark. You can see it just in front of him, very close to the touch on the western side. Mr. Taylor, the referee, would be standing by the touch line. A back wind. 16 all it is.
Into the line now. South Africa ball. De Villiers, Barnard, Gainsford, Roux. Back to Gainsford. Back to Ellis on the far side of Brainard. Nell tries to pick it up. Scrum down. De Villiers. Brainard, over the 25. He's going for the corner, inside, and he'll score a try. Bert Whistle a try. 14, Bert Whistle a try for New Zealand, and look at the crowd go mad. Bert Whistle 14, New Zealand now 6, South Africa 3. 14 minutes gone, second spell. 6-3 New Zealand. New Zealand ball, Colin Meads, Heroini. Bert Whistle up after Brainard. Oh, and it bounces badly. Rangi trying to pick it up. And flattened by Roux. 12 for New Zealand and 12 for South Africa. But, however, the referee's putting a scrum down inside the South Africa 25. About 6 yards. New Zealand being pushed back. They pushed South Africa back too far. Back to the mark. New Zealand ball. Laidlaw kicks ahead. Nell waiting for it. Hopwood, a try? No. A penalty. New Zealand offside. Lahore a try, but New Zealand penalised. A quick one out on the far side. Barnard from his own goal line. A bad pass on the ground. Smith tries to kick it ahead. Smith a try in the corner for New Zealand. New Zealand 9. South Africa 3, and the scorer 13, number 13, Smith, New Zealand left winger. Scrum down, 15 yards in, ball not straight. Ball in, New Zealand holding. Laidlaw to Heroini, evades the tackle, kicks a high one. Wilson claimed the mark, but fumbled the ball, but recovered his own fumble quickly. Line out 1 yard from the South Africa 25. Bert Whistle. In, knocked back to Laidlaw. To Heroini, referee's whistle's gone. Not straight. He's coming in 15 yards from this grandstand touchline. South Africa to put the ball in. Still no tight heads in the game. South Africa have it. Out on the far side. To Barnard. Kicks a little one ahead. Into the defensive box. Lahore there. Picks it up. Breaks over the 25. Nobody with him. Yes, out to Rangi. Rangi tackle. And Smith over in the corner again. New Zealand 12. South Africa 3. And the crowd on the far touchline goes mad. Halfway through the second spell. New Zealand leading 12 points to 3. Front of the line out and back into touch. No, McLeod has it and feeds it infield. It goes to Heroini. Heroini, a high one on the far side. Who's going to take this? Wilson takes it again, but he's caught with the ball. Short from the goal line, and they're packing on top of him now. It hasn't come clear yet. Now, referee blows the whistle and puts the set scrum down. Full marks to Wilson again on. Look at him slow to get up at the ground at the bottom of that lot. They hit him hard as they went in. Fairly, but hard. And he's rubbing his back just a little. Attacking position for New Zealand. Out on the side, Heroini, a drop kick. Wait for it. It's there. It's there. Heroini, a drop kick. New Zealand 15, South Africa 3. Nordia. De Villiers breaking on his own. A long one out to Roux. To Brainard, who goes inside Birtwistle. Back to Ellis, running towards the 25. Out to Laidlaw. Back in field again, Brainard. Gray robs him of the ball. Laidlaw. Oh, beautiful pick-up, Heroini. 10 yards out from the New Zealand 25. About 13 minutes remaining. Back past the Villiers, and here is McLeod breaking through for New Zealand. Stan Mead. It's behind the goal line. Engelbrecht wins the race. No, it's in the dead ball area. And the children in the dead ball area will go home tonight and say, well, Mum, I touched the ball I used, and threw it back to Engelbrecht. 10 yards, 12 yards, South Africa goal line. Back of the line out, knocked back to Winneray. Out to Meads, Colin Meads charging through. Laidlaw, Rangi, kicks for the corner. A race. Whoa! To the back of the line out, Conway loses it. Nobody has it. Now they have Laidlaw. Behind Brainard, how's it bouncing? Brainard slips a tackle, he's away, outside the 25. Throws a dummy, links it infield to Roux, into Gainsford. Gainsford looking for a man to pass to, there's nobody there. It's on the ground, picked up by Buda, out to Pensile, and here's Engelbrecht going for the car corner. Smith has in a good tackle. Lahore intercepts for New Zealand and finds touch.
A good bit of football too by both sides.
South Africa's ball. They're caught in trouble. Tremaine loses the ball. A tight wrestling match. Scrum it down, please. And for a minute I thought Tremaine was going to score another try. He scored one in every first-class match this year, I think, that he's played in. A forward, he has scored over 23 or 24 tries, more than any other back in New Zealand football this year. Not hooked. Put it in again, please. New Zealand ball. Oh, and Heroini drops it. Inside the 25, recovers, throws a dummy, breaks almost 10 yards from the goal line, still going, gives it to Gray, and Gray is going to score. And they're not going to get this kick at goal today either, I don't think. New Zealand 18, South Africa 3, and there's thousands of players out on the field, and I don't think they're going to get this kick at goal either. Winneray talking to Miller, the public address system blaring out, please get back off the field, and for once the crowd is obeying the public address system and they're getting back off the field. New Zealand with his kick at goal still in hand, and it's 18 points